Yo, hello. I figured let's do a really retro style video, just talking about things. I've had the desire to restart talking on camera for a while, and today the desire has just been like too much to handle. I've had a burning desire to start talking again. And I guess the topic that I want to get off my chest is living with this anxiety that I constantly live with. Right now I'm recording in the car, even though I have a house and a setup to record from, but my wife's there, my father's there, so for some reason I don't feel comfortable enough to be completely free and vocal, even though I can close the door and nobody's gonna hear what I'm saying. This might not even get posted, to be honest, because I don't know how the sound quality is going to turn out. I did a quick little 1-second test beforehand, but you know, I'm in the car, it's New York, it's fucking hot, it's 100 fucking degrees today, so the AC is on a little bit and that. I guess, you know, the theme of the day is anxiety. I woke up, I had good sleep, I had some melatonin, I had some Benadryl before sleep because it helps with my inflammation, and that can be a topic for another video for sure. But I woke up and I know I put out a couple of fires this last few weeks in terms of, you know, bills and whatnot, and I had to sell a car and everything, and I should be fine today. I woke up, I got some good sleep, my work day is coming up, 12 to 8, I don't need to be nowhere too early. I can work from home at least half of the year, at least until September. And I was just sitting there freaking anxious as all hell. I don't know why. I spent like 2 hours this morning applying for jobs, like better positions than mine, you know. And afterwards I spent like half an hour playing Stalker 2 just to escape, even though I don't like to play games during the day because I feel guilty afterwards. And this is something, you know, somebody comments or whatever, hey, you should discuss this with a therapist. I have, so it's okay. I'm working on it. But I just had the insane desire today to just be vocal about this and say my 2 cents. And I wanted to start posting on my channel for a while now, so fuck it. Let this be the first video. Just a talking head in the car. And this little fuzzy thing is how my wife likes to live, with the soft fuzzy plush toys and stuff. Some days, I mean, rationally, I fully understand, you know, that today is no different from yesterday, not much different from tomorrow. Unless some major circumstances happen, somebody gets sick, or like my brother gets in trouble or something. This should be no different than yesterday, but for some reason, some days I feel crazy anxiety, and other days I feel very light anxiety, and I'm very positive and happy. I have my opinion that it's partially related to my stomach issues, but today, for example, my stomach isn't feeling as bad as it does some days. And some days it feels bad, but I don't have anxiety. I might just be angry or upset or whatever, but not anxious. The feeling of anxiety is like having a bubble in your stomach, but that's not a real bubble. And it's like it's hard to breathe, and I just want to hide in my hoodie or something, but it's 100 fucking degrees, so I gotta wear a shirt. It's kind of tough to be the positive driving force in your family or whatever when you yourself are like falling apart half of the days. And I don't have any negative thoughts long term, like, oh, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do this here, or be with my wife, or anything along those lines. I'm actually very happy and like focused on the future. But within that happiness, I have to keep moving towards my goals, even when some days I feel like I just want to hide under a blanket and fucking sit there all curled up like a little bitch. This will be an interesting video to chop up. I'll probably just remove 1 or 2 little pieces. Let this be a free flow of consciousness. I think another big reason I have anxiety throughout my entire life is my upbringing, and holy moly, you know, the amount of love I received was through the moon, but also the amount of criticism and pressure I received was also through the moon. And I had anxiety since I was a kid to like 14, and I didn't know why or what it was. Then I had more anxiety from like 14 to like 20, and I was drinking heavy, and I didn't know what it was, but I was just more happy when I was in a trance. Then I had more anxiety when I got sick, and I got even more anxiety when my brother got in trouble and I was left with the family business. So that was fun. I knew nothing of how to do it, and then I thought that when this story has ended, that it would take me, I knew it would take me months to decompress, but at this point it's been 1.5 years and I'm still fucking anxious half the time. Obviously money is always an issue in this world, and I'm trying to get better positions, and posting a video on my YouTube finally for the first time in forever is one of the reasons why I'm doing this long term. I want to be free. I want to create. I don't want to work for somebody who just forces me to do their vision. I don't want to just be a cog in the machine. I mean, that's probably one of the things that annoys me the most about my job, is that year through year I have no impact that much or anything. I feel like I could be replaced. I have a pretty decent creative job. I make trailers for a certain news organization and their streaming services and documentaries and stuff. It's fun. But I feel like I'm like the lowest person on the totem pole in the media world. And I don't need to be the leading person in charge, but I want to just be impactful. At this point I've been on this earth for quite a few years. I'm 31, and this last year has flew by like that. I got married, huge accomplishment. I got healthier, I think, huge accomplishment. But financially, I did not get myself out of the hole that I was in. And maybe that adds to my anxiety. The funny thing about this whole thing, and I think I'll wrap up with this, is that I'm very reluctant to go get diagnosed with any medical conditions. I was reluctant my entire life to even see a psycho. Which one is it that you just talked to? Psychiatrist, psychotherapist. There you go. I see a therapist. And seeing one is actually pretty helpful, just to bounce some ideas back and forth, and like, oh, am I feeling this way because I should or shouldn't? And even if it's validating, yeah, you should, that's fine. At least I know I'm not crazy. If it's you shouldn't, we can break it down and see why and what's going on. But there's some days where I feel like I would just need like actual medical intervention myself, just because like I see people sometimes who have certain medications and they feel better afterwards, and I don't know why I have to live with this fucking anxiety all the time. And I have to be the positive and calm and driving force in my family. That was close. And I've been trying to be the positive and driving force, first of all with my family, with my parents and my brother and sister, and secondly as I'm now married and in a beautiful, loving relationship. Like, I don't know how I got this fucking lucky. I have to be the calm and positive force that moves things forward. And I guess taking a video like this and talking about it is actually making me feel a little better. I feel actually better right now. I just drove off just to pick up some weed at the local weed store, and I'm sitting here, just kind of relaxing, chilling. And I thought to myself, I keep wanting to post. What do I post about? But I have so many fucking things going on, so many things going on. My lifelong group of friends has fallen apart due to a weird love triangle that I didn't know about. That's a whole other video. I have so many thoughts on how that transpired. I just need to think about like how to properly phrase everything without breaking any confidentiality, moral agreements. My parents are not in their best spot right now. That gives me so much anxiety too. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't be fucking thinking about this. Yet every other night I either dream about us riding bicycles when I was a kid. It's a happy little family, or like some sort of like future when we're old and everybody's divorced and fucking separate families. So I'm trying to be there for my mother, for example. We've all went through a lot of shit in the last few years, and for example, yesterday she called me, but I wasn't mentally there to be there for her. I tried to tell her 2, 3, 4 times maybe that like, hey, I don't feel good today. I told her that I got a food poisoning or something. It's a lie, but it's believable with me. I have IBS. And half an hour later, we're not talking about my sister anymore. We're not talking about any musical projects anymore for my sister, which I help him with. We're just talking about all the negative things in life, and I just had to be like, I'm sorry, I'm too sick, I can't do this today. But then I felt bad afterwards, because if she needs me to be there for her, she needs somebody to be there for her, you know? And I'll just end on this. I'm extremely lucky and grateful for my wife, who's been the most supporting person in the world. And hopefully I'll continue posting little tidbits, and fuck, if this sound quality sucks ass, then I won't even post it. Everybody, or I guess a couple people that see this, I hope if you struggle with anxiety, you recognize it at least. And the only actionable steps I take all the time is work out, and I feel better after the working out. But some days before I get to my workout, from like the point I wake up from like 8 or 9 a.m. up until I do get to the gym at 11 p.m., I have anxiety, and it only leaves me at 12 when I'm exhausted and drenched afterwards. So at least try to recognize your issues. I have a lot of other issues that I'll talk about. I wanted to get something off my chest today. Be safe, y'all.